What's up everyone, it's Pete's Bricks here, the Common LEGO channel for the Common LEGO fan. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a perfect R2-D2 with a perfect third leg attachment. You can make this using a few simple pieces that you might even have in your collection. It takes a total of 3 pieces and it's very easy to do to make an awesome R2-D2. Now let's get into the video. So before I get into it, I'm going to start off by showing you guys where I got this idea. I did not come up with it on my own, so I recently tried to record a reaction to a video by the LEGO Youtuber HollyOnFilm. The video I was reacting to is titled "Giving the LEGO Star Wars minifigures the accuracy they deserve / upgrading / fixing the figures." Now, while I did record my reaction, I was editing it and I just didn't really feel like I gave that good of a reaction, if that makes sense. You might see it uploaded after I upload this current video, but I just wasn't really happy with where it was going. But if there's one thing I took away from the video, it's her suggestion on how to make an awesome third leg for your R2-D2 minifigure. Oh, in HollyOnFilm's video, she built one version that she built with her own pieces for herself. This took 3 pieces, but as she points out in the video clip I'm going to play right now.
Unfortunately, this version doesn't quite work for play, but if you want to put him on display, it works pretty well. Now, first up, you've got to stick this stud with this little cheese slope here in order to sort of make that foot piece, and then you've got to stick the fang through the center so that it's stiff enough that it sort of all holds itself together like so. Then lastly, you've got to stick this inside your R2-D2, and as you can see, it doesn't really get stuck. It sort of just rests there. So as you can see, a lot of this upgrade actually just purely relies on gravity. You can't really move R2-D2 around too much because his foot will slide around, but you could sort of set it up and put him on display like so.
This isn't ideal for play, it's more display. Now, on a display type of scale, I think it looks perfect. I think it's a really good third leg. The only big issue that I have is playability. Not just playability, but just movability. You can't really move it around. Now, I did build this and I'm going to show you guys how I built it, but that leg, as you can see, it's not really good for moving around. But in the video, she did mention using that small gray rod piece.
You can also use one of those sort of like dual bar pieces, but I don't know how well it will work.
Which I happen to have in my collection, in my parts collection, probably an extra piece from a set, and that piece works perfectly. So our first option we're going to look at is the HollyOnFilm version. Here we have this white slope, the white stud with the hole in it, and this white tooth piece. So let's go ahead and angle our R2-D2 minifigure and put him into the third leg. So I'm just going to angle that there, put that on top, and you can see it does look pretty good. Of course, the downside is when you move it, it's just kind of in there. You're right, it's gravity, friction, whatever you want to call it. It looks pretty good. I don't know, it's just kind of hard to move around. You do see a slight gap in there where it's not flush. There's really nothing you can do to avoid that in this configuration, but out of 5, I'd give it a 4 out of 5. I think it's a pretty good option for display, though it's not very good to be moving around a whole lot. Now we're on to my next configuration. So this with the white slope and the blue or gray pin, anyone works, but I used to do blue pin. So this is what I would do to give my R2-D2 a third leg as a child. This is what I would do to play. All you do is insert it just like that. And you can see, sure, the blue doesn't match. If you swap that for a gray one, that would not match either, but it's easy, it's simple. If you're a LEGO fan, you probably have a ton of these blue pins just laying around in a bag or something just from buying LEGO sets. So it's not a hard piece to find at all. I think it looks all right for what it is. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good option. I know that's what I used to do. Now let's check out what I think is the best option for your R2-D2. So here is R2 with the white cheese slope, with the white stud with the hole, and with that gray pin. Now let's test this one out. So as you can see, I think this is the best and the superior option to make a third leg for your R2-D2. You can move it around. This is not coming out. Sure, if you really want to nitpick, yeah, you got that little gray line, but I really think this is the best option. No, it's not perfectly flush with the floor, but you know, I think this really is the best option, and it's very simple and easy to make. Now let's compare all three versions of R2-D2 together. So right here is my trio. That's my childhood version. There's the HollyOnFilm version, and there is my new version. And from this angle, this does not have any gray now that I see it a little better, but you really can't move it around that too much. You have to be very careful. This is solid. This is in there. Even though I think that this version looks really good in most cases, I'm gonna have to give it to this version as the superior one, just because you can move it around. That's not coming out. This one, same thing, but it doesn't look that good. This is a perfectly flat surface, but if you're like playing with it somewhere, you can see that little overlap there. It's not perfect. That's why I think that this is the best R2-D2 with a third leg. I now have the perfect R2-D2 with a third leg. So there you have it. This is the perfect R2-D2 third leg. I just don't know how you can improve upon this. I guess if you're super nitpicky and you don't like that slight gray line there, it would be ideal if LEGO made a white version of that gray piece that you could swap in there, but this is pretty much perfect. Also, that other version I built with the rockets, it's pretty cool. It's nice. It's not 100% accurate, but I think it's kind of a fun dynamic pose for your R2. So let me know in the comments, did you like the video? Are you going to be recreating this version of R2-D2 for yourself? Is there perhaps some other way that you figured out that works even better for you? Make sure to like, smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, smash all the buttons, and I'll see you guys next time on Pete's Bricks.